Good morning. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the continuation of your current affairs program, TMI, coming to you live from our Lagos Network studios on the ITV network. I am Joshua Ukata, and of course, I'm being joined by my co-anchor, Charity. Good morning, Charity.
Very good morning to you, Josh. Looking all white and fly.
Thank you. All right, today on the show, we'll be looking at the state of the nation with a special bias to the rising insecurity going on in the northeastern region in Borno State, under the leadership of Boko Haram, if I must say. Of course, in the midst of all of this, the government of Borno State is completely overwhelmed with 3 communities so far under the heavy control of this dangerous terror group called Boko Haram, one of which is Gudambali in a community in Borno State. We also have Martin and of course Abidan. And in all of this, hundreds of soldiers have been killed, and so far nearly 300 civilians have also lost their life in this dastard act. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be marking 2 years in office. How does this sit well with his administration, considering the fact that gallant soldiers who are supposed to be manning the territorial borders have lost their life in all of this? These are some of the very germane issues we'll be discussing on the show this morning. And of course, we're being joined by Dr. Dayo Kayode, who is a socio-political technocrat and of course an aviation safety expert. Good morning, Mr. Dayo, and thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure being with you again this morning, Josh. I won't talk about your white, rather I will talk about your braces.
Oh, thank you very much.
Which is good on you. And Charity, I'm not calling you palliative today.
You're welcome.
You're looking so charming. How was the weekend?
Thank you. Fine. You can see it.
Yes, the beaming smiles.
Rested and refreshed.
Sure.
All right, with much ado, let's delve into the crux of the matter. Now, once upon a time, Nigeria once had a Minister of Information who was always on a steady giving us back-to-back information on the security situation in the Northeast. We once had a situation where an information minister once told us...
Liar or whatever.
Well, you know better. Without mentioning names anyway. But then the issue is that we're always getting updates. It's either this bandit or dangerous, terror group, either have they been, technically decimated or dislodged or defeated. But today we have the governor of Borno State in the person of Babagana Zulum, who has cried out that they are losing the fight against this dangerous terror group. My question to you is, who is deceiving who here?
Good. I like that word. Who is deceiving who here? Yeah, you see, much as I respect some of the achievements of the governor, Zulum, in that particular state, Josh, let truth be told today, because I've been saying it all of the time. The insecurity we are having in Nigeria today is nothing other than self-inflicted insecurity. That is, it is nothing other than connivance of the leadership against the people. Which angle am I coming from? One, Amampo or CNN once said, any state that cannot quench insecurity that is experiencing within 24 hours, but may I put my own 48 hours, is nothing other than an accomplice. That's one. Two, the only grandfather that we have in Nigeria that has been giving us money from the grave, that is late Abacha, also echoed it. So, what are you talking about? Let us go back to history. What's this? Baraje said, and I quote him, and of which he said at another seminar or conference he had in press conference he had in, I think, Kwara State of recent, that he warned them then that don't bring these people to Nigeria for political reasons, because it was going to backfire.
Don't bring who? Who
Don't bring bandits.
Who brought bandits in the first place?
Go and ask Baraje. He said he was telling the leadership of APC. It's in the news. It's everywhere. You can Google. Listeners can Google it. Because not until when we decide to be telling ourselves the truth in this country, honestly speaking, we can't get to anywhere.
But we're on air. For you to make such kind of unfounded statement that go and
please don't tell me unfounded. Don't tell me that it's an. I said you can Google it. Google it there, please. Google it. Balaje. He said, I told APC leadership not to bring in bandits to come and fight for election. Dash Balaje. I am quoting him. It's not today I've been quoting him.
Sir, that is a banditry.
I mean, I'm sorry. Listeners can Google it.
No, we're talking about.
And then I want to be challenged.
Well, we are talking about terrorists.
Yes.
That have been in Nigeria since 2009. That was way before the APC leadership.
Listen to this.
And this Boko Haram terrorists, they have been there since 2009. They have been doing this. So this is what we are talking
about. To this. Listen to this. The activities of the so-called terrorists, had it been the kind of menace that we are experiencing now? Remember, this same man in Borno State, this one, I've forgotten his name now. Maybe later I can still remember. That was keeping people in the mountains of Borno State against the government. That he owns the vote in Borno State. How about that? What I'm saying is this. What we are saying is this. The trend of activities of the terrorists then cannot be compared to what we are having today. Because it was even in that 2014, running to 2015, that we had the incidents of Chibok gas. Incident of Chibok gas. I was among those that came on here to say then that this issue of Chibok gas is an alibi that needs to be unraveled. Because how will you pick up these girls with that long convoy, and you will travel for that long, and nobody is accosting you? That's number one. Number two, this same Borno State is where a traditional ruler to band a known terrorist, and whereby he was sitting, we have some other security chiefs there.
It happened also in Zamfara.
It also happened in Zamfara. Thank you for bringing that. Non-bandits. So what are you talking about? Look at the issue of Kuje prison break. All these are issues that we can put together to ascertain without any iota of fear or favor that there is a connivance on all these issues. There is a connivance. Okay. And the connivance is nothing other than as regards one, power and economic control. Because it is only when you use terrorists, bandits, to harass the people out of their villages that you can now go there on your own and then be extracting the mineral resources. Abi, is it you that use aircraft that use aircraft to be dropping water and other utilities to them in the bush? Is it not in the news? Was it also in the news? These are issues.
So are you saying that the insurgency is a mere distraction so as to make people who have praying eyes be deviated from the activities that is supposed to be carrying out in Borno State?
Bang,
So you feel...
You have just said it.
So I'm asking you a question.
You have just said it.
Are you saying
I'm
the
saying
issue
you have
right
just
now is
said it.
mineral resources as against terrorism?
Is inclusive of both our natural resources and leadership control. Nothing other than that. Nothing other than
All
that.
right, so now we have the governor.
And not until when we as a people and now say yes, that is, the wind has blown. We have seen the way the bomb of a chicken looks like. Then they won't stop it. We need to tell them. Look at the issue of Edo 16. Edo 16 that happened just recently. Excuse me. Yes, I don't believe in jungle justice, but sometimes
Sometimes what?
iron should sharpen iron.
So you're
Because
endorsing the violence.
I don't endorse it. I'm not endorsing it. But sometimes,
No, sir,
this person said,
you are
JF Kennedy said something. JF Kennedy said something. He said, those who makes peaceful change impossible will make violent change inevitable. Listen to me, please. You decide to leave your area there and coming to hunt. Hunt what? What are the games that are going to kill that will equate the kind of weaponry that you arm yourself with? We need to investigate all these things properly.
They are being investigated.
For all this nonsense to stop. All this nonsense has to stop. How can I say, for instance, I will leave my place and I will come to an estate like this and I want to come and do hunting, and I arm myself with a very expensive ammunition. Excuse me, what kind of hunting am I coming to?
Okay, so we are pressed for time, so let's just go straight into the matter now. Now that the governor has made this claim that the state, as it were, is losing the fight against the war on terrorism, what do you think needs to be done right about now, especially considering the fact that the CNC is not even in the country, is on a 2 weeks, working as the case may be. But what do you think can be done right about now to be able to put this control in place where this bandit will not be raining, as it were, their way through the community? Because 3 communities right now are under control by this dangerous, terror group.
You see, there is what we call intentional acts. And there are some that you do or you say, but you wouldn't mean it. Okay? Zulum, if he wants to defeat terrorism there, has to be intentional. It has to be intentional. In terms of bringing in sincere security operatives to wipe these people out. What is their population for?
Do you think he hasn't been doing that before now?
That's why I said it has to be intentional. Because only him, listen, only him cannot fight terrorism. Because as Borno State is just a subsystem within the system. So it is only when the whole system have agreed to say yes, we want to be intentional about this, that it will now dissipate down to other subsystems. I will tell you this. Are you saying this thing is not also happening in the southwest? It's also happening. Is it because they are not bringing it out? Some of these news are being killed because we have series of information that some people are being killed every day, everywhere. It's there. So Zulum alone cannot. The chief of defense staff, the chief of army staff, every one of them, we have to come together and be intentional to wipe them out.
So where is Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president, the chief, of all of this? Where is his place in all of this?
Yeah, he is supposed to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces.
He is.
I'm saying he is supposed to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. So, you have to tell him to give intentional directive. Let me give you an example. Just one. Look at Niger Comsat. Niger Comsat. We have our satellites in the orbit. And that satellite is supposed to be combing the territorial space of Nigeria 24/7.
Doctor, I think we may have to come back some other time for this discussion because there's no time. They're already calling us for time.
But just quickly make your submission.
Now, why is Niger Comsat not combing and then be telling those on ground where these people are so that you can go there? Remember the other time when those people came and the Nigerian army decided to go and wipe them out? Before you know it, they will lay them. Who has given them information about the Nigerian army was coming? Who? To the extent that they killed so many people and they even went away with the APC. With the APC, armor personnel carrier, or whatever they call it, they went away with it. No, tell me, who has been giving them such information? So our own security system is even leaking information to them. So who is asking them to leak information to them?
Allegedly, sir. There's no evidence to that.
Allegedly giving information to them. So who is directing them?
That's a beautiful.
We need to be intentional about it.
That's a beautiful place to leave this conversation. Thank you so much, Dr. Dayo Kayode, socio-political technocrat, and of course, aviation safety expert. Thank you so much for your time.
It's my pleasure being with you today.
All right, that's our offering for you from the Lagos Network Studios. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be handing you over to our BD Network Studio.